Well, here's an idea. Let's compare BG3 to TOR. Not really all that fair of a comparison, but I'm going to do it anyway. Starting off with dialogue options. Back in the day when class stories were everything in TOR, dialogue options were your class story. You had 8 choices, and all those stories were unique. Sadly, TOR has gone away from that, and we now mostly live in generic land. It is a rare thing indeed when we get dialogue options that reflect our class. On the other hand, BG3 is overflowing with acknowledgement of our choices in character creation and in the world. That game can't stop giving us acknowledgement of, oh, you chose to be a paladin, a drow, a cleric, a druid, and I couldn't be happier. It would be nice if Broadsword would take a hint and say, hey, people love this. Let's go make this part of our stories again. These are, after all, role-playing games, and it really is hard to role-play when every dialogue option you have is the same with every character that you play. And how about NPCs reacting to the PC? Remember in the class stories as a Sith, when you'd roll up on some dirtbag and they would freak out? You could make some henchman and his bullies run away, or have his hirelings run and say, they're not going to fight a Sith. TOR has lost that. BG3, on the other hand, has it in spades. Again, letting the world react to you is more role-playing. It feels like our dark side Sith has all the intimidation factor of curb dirt, while walking into the goblin camp as a drow is very satisfying. How about skill checks? I love these things. Having the ability to use the abilities that I've taken is fantastic. It's been a rare day indeed when TOR allowed us to do that. And that only happened in the classic dialogue mode. And while I certainly don't think the dice rolls are going to work in an MMO, let alone in Star Wars, I think that element of the game makes BG3 stand out and really adds to my experience. I didn't think I would like it when I first saw it in early access, but I think it's the best thing since sliced bread right now. Especially when you take the attitude of, well, that's what I rolled, that's what I rolled. No reloads. Though some of that actually is forced on you as an MMO. You can't go back and reload once you've taken an option. And how about talking to party members anytime you want to? Yes, there are scripted moments in BG3. Okay, the whole thing's scripted. But talking to someone alongside the road, or seeing the little exclamation over their head and starting the dialogue anywhere you want is refreshing. No going back to your ship, going to your stronghold, just to have a conversation. For me, it makes the world just that much more a living thing. Oh, and here's one, character creation. TOR is better. Yep, you heard me. TOR has a better character creator than BG3. Yes, BG3 looks way better and has a lot more color options. I mean, if I want to make a Technicolor freak, I certainly can do that. And the faces you have to choose from are very, very similar. And lordy, what is it with the hair and having the shaved on half of this side of the head or the other side of the head? They do have more hairs than TOR, but I don't think they're necessarily better. Some of them are nice, some of them are just terrible. I mean, come on. In TOR, you can make yourself a little waif to some dude who eats a box of donuts every 30 seconds. If that ain't role-playing, what is? And no, I don't care about customizing my junk. Honestly, you didn't have anything else better to spend those resources on? However, with all the mods we know are coming, I don't think this is going to be that big of a problem going forward. Oh, TOR lets you swap out party members anytime you're not in combat, unless you're in one of those special scenes where you have to have Theron or you have to have Lana. Really, BG3? Send me back to camp every time to swap out a party member and get a bunch of lip about how it's a bad idea? Just let me swap my characters. Crying out loud, inventory management is reason enough to have this feature. And let's do one more. Completely unfair to TOR. In BG3, you can save in the middle of combat. Oh wow, do I love this feature. Now obviously it is unfair to TOR because TOR is an online MMO and you can't do that, but still, when you can save anytime, that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Interestingly enough, playing enough online games like TOR, I forget sometimes that I should be saving. Anyway, those are some random thoughts and comparisons. What do you think? Are you ripping it up in BG3? Or is it die-hard space fantasy for you? Let us know your thoughts and comparisons in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe.